Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Purify Your Purpose. Wow, I can't believe I'm actually sitting here and recording this podcast. This has been an idea of mine that I've had for quite some time now, and it's exciting to finally get the ball rolling, but it's also nerve-wracking because I've never done anything like this before. But again, exciting because it's something that I am truly passionate about, and I can't wait to finally get the motion going and put everything to action. So, before I start interviewing people and hearing their incredible stories, I thought it was only fair that you guys get to know me. So, my name is Leanna. I'm a licensed esthetician and owner of Purify Aesthetics in Chandler, Arizona. Of course, people know me for skincare, but there's much more to me than just skin. My true passion is helping people find their confidence and being able to have an open ear and listen to people and help them find what's their next step. Where do they go from here? And what is their purpose? Who were they before they became successful? I was born and raised in Arizona. My mom had me when she was 13 and my dad was 16. Before I was born, my dad was in prison, so I grew up mainly with my grandparents and then my young mother. So I lived with my grandparents from when I was 6, and then I moved in with my mom from 6 to 16, and then back in with my grandparents when I was 16. So a lot of my childhood, I was raised by my mom, and I saw her struggles as a single mom raising 4 kids. My mom was very strong and very independent. She didn't have much help from anyone. So really being able to see everything and at such a young age, and my mom and I being so close in age, I was able to, well, truly I was forced to mature at a young age a lot faster. And I was able to understand a lot of what my mom was going through at the time. But now that I am older and I look back on those years, I truly am able to see how much of my life that I went through that truly helped me and shaped me into the person that I am today and pushed me to be in the position that I am today. My mom, being a single mom, we moved around a lot. I went to 14 different schools. So building and finding new friends was never hard for me, but what was hard was seeing at those schools so many of those kids, they had friendships, like childhood long-term friendships, and I didn't have that, growing up, and it was hard having to always learn to adjust and learn to adapt and changes. But now that I'm an adult, it has made me very adjustable and very easy to face challenges and to adapt to different things very quickly. But, going through it as a child, it was hard, and my life was different. Having a young mom, we were only 13 years apart, and a lot of people noticed that. A lot of people, she looked like my sister. She looks like my sister growing up, and I fast forward, I got pregnant my senior year in high school. I was 19 years old. I was in an abusive relationship for 6 years, and I lost myself. And I had no confidence. I lost my spark. I was all about moving forward and trying to hide my emotions and stay strong for my son. Up until I got pregnant with my second daughter. And right around that same time, I also lost my grandpa, who was my father figure growing up. Like I said, my mom and my grandparents raised me. So I lost my grandpa unexpectedly at a very young age. He was only 55. And I was very close to him. He was my childhood hero. He was someone that I just truly looked up to and wanted to be like. And losing him and getting pregnant with my second child at the same time, something just happened in me. It was like a snap, and it this new fuel just started, and I had this fire of ambition, and I wanted to make my grandpa proud, and I wanted to make my kids proud. And I had a voice in my head just telling me, this is not where you were supposed to be. This is not your purpose. You deserve a lot better, and you need to stand up, and you need to do better. So I stopped feeling sorry for myself, and I pushed, and I decided to be a single mom during my pregnancy with my second child. And I went through a lot of challenges being a single mom at a young age. I was 22 with 2 kids. During that time, I met my fiance, and he was my best friend, and he was that person that I was able to call and just vent to, so that I could get a clear mind and hear myself out loud. You know, sometimes just being able to talk to someone and express yourself allows you to really hear yourself and get you to that next step that you need to be at. So my fiance now was definitely my best friend during that time. And this is all around COVID. So COVID happened, and we were pregnant with our first kid together. So this is baby number 3 for me. And when at a time where it felt like complete chaos for the whole world, you know, everything was shut down, and it did set a lot of people back. But for me, it was the perfect opportunity and a blessing in disguise, because I was able to take that time that I had at home from COVID to go to school. And I started doing lashes. And what started that, so like I actually had my interest in the beauty industry. I worked at a very high-end salon in Chandler. It was Dolce Salon and Spa. They did everything that you can think of: nails, hair, Botox, facials, everything. I was a client coordinator, so it was important for me to be aware of their services, and I was given the opportunity to receive a lot of those services, and it was a completely different world for me. You know, growing up with a single mom, a young mom, we didn't have that much money, and then going and working at this high-end salon, being client coordinator, and then getting these luxury services. I was getting massages, facials. I was getting my hair done by top-notch hairstylists, and going to education classes, learning about these products, and understanding the difference between professional grade products and what you see in the store, like Walmart and whatnot. And it was just life-changing, and being able also to use those products and use them myself and see the results at home myself. I was just like, wow. And then what was truly inspiring working there was seeing how many women came through those doors, and when they left a completely different woman. Their shoulders were held high. They had the biggest smiles on their face. They looked completely refreshed, and they left all their problems at the door when they came in, and something happened in between those services where they left, and it was just like all their problems were solved. And just being able to see how those service providers estheticians, hairstylists, nail technicians, seeing how they were able to give these women the confidence that they needed to take on the world and take on each and every single day like it's a new day, and not being dreadful, like I was in a very, just not in a good place at that time, and I did not have confidence myself. So I'm starting to getting these services, and my confidence starts boosting, and seeing these women and being around these women that are also taking care of themselves and understanding and learning what self-love is, because I had no idea what that even was at 20 years old, being in a toxic relationship, and also the struggles of my mom being young in my childhood. So this was just a completely different eye opener. It made me realize, wow, like I really like this lifestyle. And I would love to be able to give these women the confidence and that boldness that they have when they leave those doors. So I start my lash career, and I decide that I really want to take it serious. So I went to school for aesthetics. And I went to school for aesthetics with my fourth baby. So I'm on baby number 4. It was definitely not for the weak, but I had a very good support system here at home. My fiance was taking care of everything as far as finances and even the emotional support that I needed. And my friends along the way, they were helping as much as they could, helping with the kids and also being very encouraging. So I went through school, and then I started Purify Aesthetics. Starting Purify Aesthetics is what brought me here today. In my career, I have been able to connect with so many different women from all around the country. And I say all around the country because if you are from Arizona, or if you live in Arizona, you don't even have to be from Arizona. If you live in Arizona, then you know that most of the residents here are not from Arizona, and they are from all over the country. So I have been able to connect with women all over the country, and even other countries. I've had clients from Russia, India, Canada. I'm not kidding you with the amount of different women that I have met from different ages, different careers, different cultures. It's truly insane, and I'm so blessed to be able to, I love just being able to connect with different people and hearing out different people and learning, and that's what truly opened my eyes. And I got to, not everyone's story is filled with trauma. A lot of us do come from good families. I have a handful of clients that in the book you would say had the picture perfect family, but even those people, they have a story, and they have their struggles, and they had their breaking point at some point in life that helped them establish and figure out what their purpose is and what they wanted to do, what made them happy, what shaped them into the person that they are today. I want to use this platform to hopefully reach another woman out there, whether it's my story or another story from an interview that we do, and be able to touch you in a different way, or be able to make you feel seen, encourage you to keep on going, because we all have our own story. We all have our struggles. But what makes life beautiful is what we were able to do to keep us motivated and pushing. I love being able to learn from my clients and feel motivated from them and hearing their stories. It has truly helped me get through different obstacles that I have gone through in my personal life and even in my business. So I want to take this platform and be able to share other people's stories and be able to reach and connect with other women all around. Yet despite how many women that I have met, they all wanted to feel confident. They all wanted to feel seen and heard. I thought that maybe by this podcast, we can help someone else feel seen, someone else feel heard. This podcast is about people. It's about the stories that we usually don't hear. Who were you before you became successful? What challenges shaped you? What almost made you quit? And how did you find your purpose? I truly believe that every person has a story. Maybe your story is a story that could change someone's life. We'll talk about business, relationships, motherhood, how to balance it all. But most of all, my hope is that every episode makes someone feel a little less lonely. If you're still here and listening, thank you. I truly do appreciate your support. Sharing my story truly isn't easy, and I'd love to go into more detail about some of these topics that I touched in future episodes. But one thing that I would love to do in each episode is ask this question. What am I purifying in this season of my life? What am I purifying this season in my life? My answer would be fear and doubt. Fear of telling my story. Fear of what others might think. Fear of not being enough and allowing fear to hold me back. Doubt, doubting myself. These are things that I really want to work on, and I will be working on them. I'm choosing to believe that our stories will help change someone else's life and truly touch them. I hope to see you around for episode 2. Thank you for watching Purify Your Purpose with your host, Leanna.